Welcome back to Movie Summary. Today we are diving into a film called The Rules of Attraction. In part 1, we met three characters: Lauren, Sean, and Paul. Lauren is a virgin. She writes notes of secret admirer to Sean. Paul is gay, and invites Sean to his room to smoke. At the party, a teacher tells Lauren he can make her pass any exam if they make love. She goes to lick you-know-what. Meanwhile, in Paul's room, he and Sean are getting to know each other. They are getting high. Sean found out it was Lauren, his secret admirer, and hopes to get her tonight. Paul keeps looking at him. Paul then looks at Sean, imagining what he would do to him. In his imagination they kiss. The next day, Sean and Paul are watching TV. Paul gets a call from his mum. He tells then Sean that he has to go to the city tomorrow and invites him. He says no. He leaves. Paul is then sitting on a bus, regretting to leave because Sean will definitely sleep with someone else. Meanwhile, Sean imagines how it would be with Lauren in bed with. Minutes later, he goes to check his locker and he finds another note from his secret admirer which he believes to be Lauren. He opens it with a big smile. It's written, "Tonight is the night." Meanwhile, we see Lauren telling her roommate Kelly that she will have her first time with Sean tonight. Kelly says he is drug dealer. At the same time, Sean pleasures himself while thinking of Lauren. Paul then calls the school and wants to speak to Sean. Sean picks up. Sean says he doesn't remember Paul. He then hangs up on him. At this moment, Paul's friend walk in and wants some actions. Their mums walk in and they stop what they were doing. 15 minutes later, they are called downstairs. But they are late because both guys consensual. They both dance. They are then at the dinner. Paul's mind is somewhere else. Richard is being a pain in the butt. Paul is embarrassed. Richard continues to make the dirtiest jokes ever, but the two ladies finds it funny. Richard then makes a scene and is being asked to leave. He refuses, but the ladies insist. He then leaves all drunk. The two mums are embarrassed. At the campus, the party finally begins. Sean is there with Kelly. He asks where is Lauren. Her roommate lies to him that she is out of town. She even lies to him that she has a boyfriend. Sean then makes love to her, but only imagine Lauren while doing so. Sean now regrets doing that. Lauren then writes Sean one last letter saying that it is her last letter because she knows she will never get him. She saw him going upstairs with her roommate. She is hurt and there won't be any more notes. We then see a girl taking a nice bath to relax. She starts cutting herself. She is losing consciousness. She is then laying in the tub covered in blood. Maybe that girl is the real secret admirer, not Lauren. We then see Lauren walking in as Sean finishes with Kelly. He says he did it with Kelly because he loves Lauren. She leaves. Lauren is heartbroken and cries. She then realizes she is in the bathroom of that girl who cut herself. She tries to save her as she keeps crying. The next day Paul comes back as they are taking the body of that girl. Sean opens again his locker hoping to find another note from his secret admirer, and he finds the last note. Lauren is heartbroken. We are then shown the secret admirer to be that girl who cut herself. She was the one serving him food at the beginning of the movie and was always around. Sean on the other side is broken by that note. He goes to her door and says he loves her. She screams him to leave. Kelly shows up making fun of him. He punches her, throws the phone away and tries to hang himself. But he fails as the ceiling breaks. He then tries to cut himself, then swallow a bunch of pills. Later, he is waking up and realizes he peed himself. Lauren then comes to his door, wants to knock but changes her mind, then knocks again. She opens and she realizes that he was playing, saying he wanted to off himself. She says you are sick, then leaves. We then are shown a recap of Victor's travels, the crush of Lauren. It was a wild ride. We then see him telling that story to his friends, a dude and Sean. Sean tells him about the girl he met. He says he is really in love with her. They make fun of him, he doesn't like it and leaves. Victor wants some drugs, so Sean tells him to give him the money. But Victor doesn't trust him and says he is coming with him. Victor sent his friends. They are driving, the friend doesn't feel comfortable. Sean says, "Deal with it." They arrive, the friend doesn't want to go in but Sean insists. He opens the door and a man invites them in. They enter and it seems there is a party. They meet the boss, Rupert. Sean introduces his friend. They suspect the friend to be a cop. Sean gives him the $300 to buy the drugs for Victor, but Rupert throws the money back at him, saying "You owe me $3,000. His right-hand man takes a knife. After pressure from Rupert, Sean says the friend has the money he owes him. He insists that the friend gives Rupert his $3,000. The friend wants to leave but they make him stay. Sean comes clean and says the friend doesn't have the money. Sean punches Rupert and a fight breaks down with everyone, as Sean and the friend leave running. They drive off. When they arrive, the friend pushes Sean out of his car. Sean throws at him. Meanwhile, Lauren is in her room very emotional, when a friend walks in, saying her crush Victor is back from Europe. She smiles and gets happy again. Lauren then walks outside when Sean is trying to speak to her. She says no. She says it's over because she is in love with someone else. She says it's Victor. He asks her why you wrote me letters. She is speechless as it's not her. She is done talking to him, but he wants to get to know her. She leaves. She then goes to knock on Victor's room very excited. He opens and she starts kissing him. He is not comfortable as he doesn't know who she is. She is shocked as she sees her roommate Kelly behind. It looks like she slept with Victor too. What a monster. The door closes on Lauren, who is confused. Meanwhile, Sean is drinking in the snow when Paul finds him. He tries to talk to him but Sean ignores him. He then tells Paul he doesn't want to be with him. He tells him to get lost. Paul falls and screams at Sean as he is also now heartbroken. Sean then goes to his locker and for the first time, there is no note. He looks behind him, it's Rupert and his right-hand man who found him. They beat him up. We are then shown the party scene in the beginning of the film, where Sean saw Lauren take a stranger upstairs, him tearing the note apart, then Lauren make love, then him make love. After, as the snow falls heavy, Lauren steps out and meets Paul. They greet each other, share a cigarette and walk out. He says, "Sean really like you." He asks if she puts notes in his locker. She says no, it wasn't her. Sean then arrives on his motorcycle, looks at them and drives away. The movie ends with Sean driving away. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check our other movies summaries.